bored and don't want to do anything productive. But maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's just maybe people want those social interactions. A lot of video games aren't things that people are playing alone, and that is a really good thing to understand.
And real quick, I would just want to say this, we don't want this to come out as a very opinionated, strong, opinion, really. We are trying to keep it as fact-based as possible, especially since we are part of the gaming community. We know people who are part of the gaming community. So we're not trying to accuse the media or generalize the media of saying that it's bad, but we are going to say that what is happening might be different from what some people think.
Yeah, and I do think that there are many different spectrums of the media. You can't just say the media, and that's another thing that's labeling. When people hear video gamers, you might think of video game addiction, you might think of violence caused by video games, anything that we've talked about in this episode. But we also can't just say media and instantly think of the people who are criticizing video gamers. We have to understand that the media has many different views, many different point of views that they're coming from. And there might be some that criticize video games, but many don't. There's a very wide spectrum of that.
Yeah, and I think when we're labeling the media, what we're really trying to say is that specific group of individuals who feel strongly against video gaming.
Yeah, certainly. But I just want to touch on something. Another thing is that some people really feel strongly against video games and cite the fact that a lot of video games do not provide do not provide exercise. They don't allow you to really get out there, work your body. And a lot of people know of Wii Sports.
Yeah.
That's kind of a exercise thing, but that's not really where I was going. I was going to say that I do know that a lot of famous video people in the video game community do work out a lot. They really get out there, and that's I know a lot of people at my school at our school who play sports for teams who are very good at sports, but they also on the side they play video games. I actually have a friend who plays for a very good club soccer team, and he also has made a lot of money in video gaming tournaments. So there is quite the spectrum in that.
Yeah, so I think there are a lot of situations where popular video gamers, like say a Twitch streamer, would actually do a lot of exercise because they are, they're sitting down for long periods of time and they're not able to be active, but that is their career, but they still make plenty of time to do these exercises.
Yeah, they especially make the time for that, knowing that their muscles are going to break down if they are continuously sitting over and over. And I just want to say really quick, for anyone that isn't aware, a Twitch streamer, as we might have mentioned before in this episode, Twitch is a video game streaming service where people can watch other people playing video games. And for people who might not participate in the video gaming community, they definitely might not understand that. They might think, wow, that's kind of stupid. But I do want to touch on really that aspect of Twitch. Twitch has a wide variety. It's not only video games. There are people that just go on there. They kind of live stream their talks. They live stream sports sometimes. But it is mostly known as video gaming. But I think, again, how when I touched on that social interaction aspect of video gaming earlier, that's an important thing to understand about the Twitch community, is that a lot of gamers are very close. They really unite over the games, and there are many instances, as I'm sure Clark would like to talk about, of charity going through Twitch. There are charity streams that happen all the time that are actually very great. They raise a lot of money. So, Clark.
So yeah, I just wanted to talk about, there's a couple people out there, actually, a lot of people, they do collaborations with each other, and they bring together amassed millions of viewers And if each of those viewers donates $1 or $2, and some of them even donate, thousands of dollars, they can generate a lot of money that goes straight to charity. There's one specific name I want to talk about, Dr. Lupo. He is an incredible person. He plays video games, and the sole purpose of his gaming, I wouldn't say the sole purpose, but one of the main purposes of his, gaming and streaming is because of what's it called? St. Jude's. If you've ever heard of St. Jude's, it's a cancer research, and I'd say every day he will go on and raise thousands of dollars, and all of that money is going straight to cancer research. And he's just another member of that gaming community that is not only a very good person, but is using their gaming skill and love for gaming to benefit others.
Yeah, I also know of another a YouTuber who isn't necessarily having to do with video games, but he just actually recently got into video games and started broadcasting those on his YouTube channel and started a new channel, Mr. Beast. He is an entrepreneur, and he actually has donated many, many millions of dollars. He does different challenges. He does just straight up donations, but he's an awesome guy. And just the community around that, it's pretty cool to know that the source of these millions of dollars that he's donating is widely because of his YouTube channel, his merchandise store. And Clark, do you have?
Yeah, so along with Mr. Beast, I just thought of another name, Laserbeam. He is an Australian YouTuber, and last Christmas, the most recent Christmas, first of all, he's a gamer. He does a lot of gaming videos. But this past Christmas, he actually recorded himself donating over 100,000 US dollars, to all kinds of things to support the wildfire victims, to support you name a charity, he's probably donated to it. And he's a big name, and he's a gamer, but he's really helping the world through gaming.
Yeah, so starting to close up a little bit, I think we've touched on a lot of, we made some great points that I hope you guys have taken some stuff away. But I think a big takeaway from this is that, even I'm taking away an understanding, is that the video gaming community is very broad, and I don't think you can really label it by just saying the video gaming community. There's too much of a spectrum there, really, that's part of that community. But I think there have been a lot of great successes made by that community. A lot of donations, a lot of promotion to different cancer research, as Clark covered about Dr. Lupo, Mr. Beast, Laserbeam. But there is definitely a lot of things going on with video gaming that the media or different parts of the media really aren't covering, that are great to know, that really help to understand the full picture.
And that was the entire point of this episode, just to show you guys that there is a difference between the misconceptions and the facts, but there is also a point in between where they meet. So that is all for today. Thank you for joining me, Mitchell. And yeah, anything to say for a closing?
Yeah. If parents are listening in, talk about this with your kids. I'm sure they definitely have opinions to voice, and it's great to have those discussions. If your kids who think this helped, definitely play this for your parents, show them. Maybe you can come to an understanding. Maybe you guys can help each other out with this. Definitely feel free to email Clark. I believe his email is linked in most of the broadcasting services for this episode, about different topics you'd like to hear about more, different things you took away from this episode, things you like, things you don't. We love that feedback.
Also, just email me if you have an experience. Maybe if you did talk to your parents about that, or maybe if you did talk to your kid about that, you can, just tell me about it. I'd love to share your experience on the next episode and just say, last episode we talked about this and I have a great experience to tell you guys about. So feel free to email me. My email is middleschoolpodcaster@gmail.com. It's linked in the description if you don't remember that, but it's spelled exactly as it sounds. So that is all, and thank you guys for listening.
Thank you for having me, Clark. Thank you guys for listening.
If you enjoyed this episode, please, please, please share it with your friends and family so we can help grow the podcast.